irishtv.ie and Irish News Radio. Today is Gruesome Tuesday, but we will be talking about this woman called Lisa, who the Irish government is trying to bring back in. And let's get a little bit of story on her, right? She is an Irish woman. She joined what they call ISIL, which is like making ISIS sound any better. It's ISIS is ISIL, but you know, they try and make it sound better by calling her an ISIL bride. She was captured in Syria for supporting ISIL, which is ISIS. Now let me get this straight. So she was captured in Syria for endangering and putting Syrians' lives in danger who are Christians. That is why she was captured. And you think it's a good idea to bring her back to a mainly Christian country when she was putting Syrian people, Syrian Christians, in danger, not to mention what they have done, ISIS and ISIL, to other Yetis girls, have turned them into sex slaves. Beheaded 50 of them in one case where they found 50 beheaded women of sex slaves underground when they captured ISIS. The war is over in Syria. She shouldn't have been there in the first place, putting Christians in danger. And changing, as I said, the name to ISIS to ISIL doesn't make it any better. She supported beheading, persecution of Christians and Yetis girls and sex slavery. I don't think we should be using Irish taxpayers to bring this woman back. She married an ISIS supporter. Now they're using this word supporter. What the hell is a supporter? Do you go out and clap? No, it's not. They're either giving money and they're helping sex slavery, they're helping beheading, they're helping the persecution of Christians in these countries. Supporting. Absolutely no way should she be allowed back in, or anybody who has done this. Let Syrian government deal with her, because she was there and she has put Syrian Christians' lives in danger, and Yiddish girls who went into sex slavery. This is what she was supporting. And however that support may be, Lisa, who the Irish government is trying to bring back in, who has put Syrian women mainly in danger and other people in danger, Christians and Yiddish girls and sex slavery, and they're thinking of bringing her back in and using Irish tax money to bring her back in. Now let's have a look at the woman. She went on to become, she's known as an ISIL bride, supporting ISIL. Now, as I said before, calling it ISIL is not making ISIS sound any better. You know, she supported sex slavery and the persecution of Christians in Syria. Absolutely no way should we be bringing the woman back in and using Irish taxpayers' money. Now let's have a look at who she is. She married a so-called ISIL, another ISIL sympathiser, supporter, what rubbish words. They were involved and they helped the persecution of Christians. Whether she was involved in the actual persecution of Christians, I don't know. Or her husband, who apparently is British, but that could mean anything nowadays. He's probably absolutely not British. He's probably anything but British. Maybe he was born there. I mean, nowadays that means absolutely nothing, so God knows who he is. But he died now. They say he died now. How did he die? They don't explain how was he killed in, you know, some attack? How was he? Did he blow himself up through some sort of ISIL supporting group? How did he die? It doesn't say that. It leaves that bit out. And how is he British? What part of him is British? Is he actually British? Not that that matters. I mean, supporting this, who supported the persecution of Christians in Syria, the woman should not be allowed back in. And sex slavery of Yiddish girls who had horrific torture and beheaded beheadings of them is absolutely a disgrace. No, someone like that should not be allow, allowed back in here using the taxpayers' money. What we need to do is we shouldn't be involved in any of this. Let the Syrian government. And why should we be harbouring terrorists, known terrorists in this country? Then we are definitely a legitimate target for Syria or other people who are fighting ISIS. And countries, America even, if we're harbouring known terrorists who are on the persecution of Christians in these countries and supporting sex slavery, then we are now a legitimate target. All by the taxpayers' money. This is insane. Not even insane. This is more than treacherous. This is just, it's unbelievable that we have such a government that hates Irish people, that wants to bring back in people who have caused damage or caused, we don't know exactly what she has done in Syria. I mean, they're saying she's supporting. How was she supporting? Was she supporting sex slavery? Well, she was if she was involved in this. This is a disgrace. She travelled to Syria on her own. So this was before she became a so-called ISIS bride or ISIL bride, whatever the hell that is. So she travelled to Syria on her own, where then she married a British man. As I said, that could mean anything nowadays. Now he died. Now, how did he die? Did he blow himself up in a terrorist attack? Was he killed in an ambush? Did the Syrian forces kill him because he was persecuting Christians and holding on to Yiddish women in sex slavery? What the hell did he do over there? How did he die? Wasn't of old age or anything. Like, this is just, he died 2 months ago. How he died, nobody does. But harbouring terrorists is not the way for the Irish to go. We should not be involved in any of this. And in an interview online, she says ISIL or ISIS fight is not over yet. So is she coming back here to get a little group of Muslims? Because she definitely has said that the Muslim religion is superior to Christianity. So is she planning to come back here as a cell, or what is the story? We absolutely shouldn't be getting involved in this. She may be Irish born, but she's made her own bed. Nobody asked her to go to a foreign country and put Christians of that foreign country in danger. Nobody asked her to get involved and get married to another person who believes sex slavery is okay. And her so-called British husband, who God knows that means anything nowadays, who has died, doesn't say how. Was he killed by Syrian forces? As I've said before, this is harbouring terrorism, makes us a legitimate target because there's many countries who are fighting ISIS. Bringing her back into Ireland is seriously, treacherously from the government, and using Irish taxpayers when Irish people are dying on the streets. And bringing her back to what? She's already admitted that she believes Islam is the way to go, that ISIS fight hasn't finished. So what's she going to do when she's back here? She's a cell. Very, very dangerous. Let Syria deal with her. It was them. She went over there. It was her choice to go over and put Syrian Christians in danger. It was her decision to put Yiddish women in danger of sex slavery and beheading. It was her decision. No one told her to go to a foreign land and put those people in danger. She decided that. She became an ISIL bride. Nobody told her to marry another person who believes that this insane religion should have all this persecution and killing all over the world. Nobody told her. It's absolutely Quran verses 2.223. Your wives are places of sowing seed for you. So come to your place of cultivation, however you wish, and put forth rightfulness for yourself. Meaning, rape your women. They are just seeds for raping. And you can have as many women as you like. And then you have sex slaves as well. So is this the type of beautiful religion she thinks? Like, this is absolutely insane. Another Quran verse, 5.33. The penalty for those who wage war against Allah and His Messenger and survive upon earth corruption is none but they will be killed or crucified. Quran verse 47.35. So do not weaken and call for peace. Again, verse 47.35. So do not weaken and call for peace while you are superior, and Allah is with you and will never deprive you of your deeds for the reward of your deeds of killing Christians, Jews, for the pursuit of Islam. And you think that this is a good idea to bring her back? The real people, ex-Muslims, and I'll read a quote from one of them. She's fantastic. She says, I pray for every little girl that is in an Islamic state. We have to scream and be their voice because they don't have it. Now, she was born, beautiful, beautiful, Anya Cyrus, if you get to see her, beautiful ex-Muslim. And these are the people you need to be listening to. Not bringing this Lisa, who caused persecution to Yedi's women and Christians. Ex-Muslims who will tell you what's going on. When we were celebrating International Women's Day, remember, girls in Islamic states are women at 9. They don't have what we had, as I said before. They don't have any freedom. So bringing back someone like her into this country is not. And this is a quote. The ISIL fight is not over yet. So what is she planning on doing here? Like, as I said, she travelled to Syria on her own, where then she married a British man, so-called British man. And as I said, what does that mean? Could be anything nowadays. Who knows? Like, it doesn't mean anything. It's not like he's actually probably really British. He probably doesn't even have British parents, British culture, British identity, British anything, or any British blood. God knows what. And he was killed. How was he killed? They don't say. You know, was the Syrian people. And we're a legitimate target. Why would we put ourselves into that situation? And that just shows you the treacherous of this government to do that. And they want to use Irish taxpayers' money to bring her home and her son home. Why don't she go and her family go to the local imam and ask him to save up and see how much money he could get to bring her home? I don't. She'll get a penny off him because she's a woman and she's not worth anything in Islam. While the Irish people are being thrown out of our homes and are dying on the streets, they want to use Irish taxpayers' money to bring this woman home who flew over to put other people's lives in danger and possibly, who knows, kill other people, but certainly supporting a terrorist organisation who went to other countries to kill and persecute Christians and Yiddish women for the superior Islam. And that is what is happening. So do you think she's going to be coming back here and being a nice little quiet woman and decide to become anyway Christian or anything quiet? And no. They do not believe in peace while they believe they're superior. She's a danger to the Irish and to Ireland. She should not be allowed back. Yes, she is Irish. But you know what? She made her bed. No one told her to go over to Syria. And the money should be going to Irish people who are being thrown out of their homes. But with the left-wing agenda in this country, she's better chances of becoming the next Taoiseach than anybody else. Wouldn't be surprised me if Leo and the other idiot midget in President Higgins gets a government jet out and flies her home. The leftist agenda is so bloody dangerous. In the UK, 10 men were charged with sex offences. Again, Muslim men. And this is what these people are supporting. As Leo has gone to the Muslim community and said it's brought so much, what has it brought to Ireland? What has it brought to the UK? millions of children gang raped, mutilation of female parts. Hasn't brought anybody anything good, Leo. There's nothing Islam has brought good. It's insane that they want to bring this woman back. I say no. You made your bed. Nobody chose for you to go over there. You made that decision. You got on the flight. You took that flight and you married another supporter who are putting Christians and women in danger. The amount of women and Yazidi women who were tortured, horrifically beaten with electric cables, who were beheaded, who were raped millions of times. Absolutely no. You were a part of their terror every day. Absolutely no. You should not be allowed to come back. And Irish taxpayers' money using that. When you listen to the Yazidi women's stories, you listen to the young girls and their killing and their murders and their rapes. Absolutely no. You listen to the Christian stories of the persecution in those countries. Absolutely no. You should not be allowed back in. You should do time. I think the Syrian government should deal with you, because what you did and what you were involved in is absolutely not part of Ireland, and it should not be seen that we are supporting people like you who go into our countries. Those Yazidi women were beaten with electric cables, tortured for hours, waterboard, hours of torture and rape and sexually slavery. You are part of that. Absolutely not. And using Irish taxpayers' money makes me sick to the stomach. We should even think about this as okay. No. Not even the fact that we'd be harbouring terrorists, supporter of terrorists. Not even the fact of that. But the fact of those Yazidi women and those Christian women and Syria's mess. Because people like you think that it's okay that Islam goes in. And the war, the mess in Syria was Muslims going into Christian places like Christians areas in Syria and creating this and attacking Christians. So you to come back into Ireland by Irish taxpayers' money? Absolutely no. I do not agree with that. I don't think any Irish should agree with it. I think Syrian government should deal with you, and as fit as they should feel that they should, because really you should be given the death penalty for those girls you supported, that they were beaten with electric cables, gang raped zillions of times, beheaded, tortured, horrific lives. You supported that. You should be given the death penalty. Never mind allowed back into this country. It's an absolutely disgrace. Thank you again for listening on the Bon Ree Show on ITV.ie and Irish News Radio. If you want to say anything, if you want to talk about anything, get in touch and let's get talking. This country is absolutely a disgrace. The left-wing agenda is insane. And it really is insane. It breaks my heart that they would think that they're bringing back this woman who helped the... You look up Yazidi girls. You look up what happened to those Syrians, Christians. It's heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. Anyway, again, thank you for listening on the Bon Ree Show on ITV.ie and Irish.
You are listening to Irish News Radio and irishnews.net. Email news@irishnews.net.